I have just received my brand new Chase Ritz-Carlton credit card, and in today's video, we're gonna be unboxing this bad boy and seeing what this thing looks like in person. That way, you guys can get that experience, see what it comes with. As you can see, it's in a box, not an envelope, so it's a bit different. It's a little nicer. Reminds you of that Amex Platinum-esque. And this is a metal card, so I will do a drop test at the end, so stay tuned for that. But before we get into that, I do want to go over why I personally upgraded to the Chase Ritz-Carlton card and how I'm actually using these credits and benefits going forward, and really why it fits in my everyday setup or my lifestyle compared to getting a different card such as like the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I'm not going to go super in depth on what comes with this card, like everything that comes with it. I did just previously make a video on that. So if you're curious on the details of this card, then go ahead and check that video out. I also talk about how to upgrade this card because you actually cannot apply for it directly. You do have to apply for a different card and then product change to the Chase Ritz-Carlton. So check out that video if you haven't already. In this video, let's just get into how I'm personally going to be using this card. All right, so why did I choose the Chase Ritz-Carlton card? How does this card actually benefit me in my everyday life? Well, there are a few main credits that come with this card that offset that annual fee. So this annual fee is $450 every single year, so it's a little bit high up there, but there are two credits, just two credits that offset that fee for you. The first one is the $300 airline incidental credit. Now, we have seen some data points that even though it's an incidental credit, because you have to call in and actually get that amount reimbursed over the phone or using the secured message center with Chase, because of that, there's a chance you can use it just for basic airline travel, sometimes even beyond that. Personally, my goal is to use it for any airline travel. You can even use it for tickets depending on basically who you're talking to. So there are plenty of data points that show that is possible. I will keep you guys updated in a future video when I do maybe like a 1 year review with the card to see if that actually is possible, because that is my goal, is to use it for that exact scenario. Because I probably could use it for some airline incidentals, worst case scenario, but I would like to use it just for like a ticket itself. Say I book a Southwest ticket for 120 bucks. I'd rather just use it for that. So I do believe I will be able to use the full $300 credit, which then brings that effective annual fee down from $450 to just $150. Then to cover that remaining $150, this card does come with an annual free night award worth up to 85,000 Marriott Boundless points. Now, I think that free night is super valuable. I mean, that alone could offset the $450 annual fee with this card. But it's nice knowing that all you're paying is basically 150 bucks up front. So any hotel that's 150 or more will offset that annual fee for you. As long as you're already traveling to begin with and you're going to be staying somewhere, then that would make the most sense. But worst case scenario, I do live in Phoenix, Arizona, and there are a ton of Marriott Bonvoy properties, tons of resorts specifically. I mean, we have the very nice Phoenician, JW Desert Ridge, we have the Sheraton Wild Horse Pass, W Scotts. I mean, the list goes on. And so, worst case scenario, if we're not traveling, which as of now we have plans for a couple years, but if we didn't, we could use that free night here in the city just for a little staycation. And I would be okay with doing that because basically I'm paying 150 bucks to stay at one of those really nice hotels or resorts, and I would say that covers the annual fee. In that case, if it's a staycation, I mean, if the hotel's 400 bucks, I would only value it at the 150 because it's just a staycation. But like I said, we do have plenty of plans coming up for the near future where we will likely use that 85K cert somewhere else. And it's nice because you can top it off with 15,000 Marriott Bonvoy points if you need to. But honestly, the 85K does cover quite a lot of hotels, so you should be fine. But you can also top it off if you need. And so just those two credits alone, which I think I'll be able to use both of them pretty easily and efficiently, I will offset the annual fee, no doubt. I mean, like I said, any hotel that's 150 or above, you'll offset the fee. I'll probably be using it for hotels much more expensive than that and nicer. So I really have no issue there. But there's another key factor as to why I chose the Ritz Carlton over, like I said earlier, possibly the Chase Sapphire Reserve. That reason being is the Priority Pass Select membership that comes with this credit card. So the benefit here is that it gets you unlimited access to the Chase Sapphire lounges. There's only two cards, technically three, but for the average user, two, that being the Sapphire Reserve as well as this Ritz Carlton card. And so in my case, living in Phoenix, a new Sapphire Lounge just opened. I would love to have access to it to get both my wife and I in there, or even additional family members. And comparing the two cards, I mean, the Ritz Carlton card is $100 cheaper than the Sapphire Reserve. Also, you get free authorized users, so I can get this card for my wife and even someone else, like my parents. If they want to travel without me, I can make one of them an authorized user. I won't even give them the Ritz Carlton card. I'll just give them the Priority Pass card itself. And now they can get into those Sapphire lounges completely for free for myself and for them and get unlimited guests alongside them. So this Ritz-Carlton card is $100 cheaper than the Sapphire Reserve. You still get a $300 credit with the Ritz-Carlton as well as the Reserve. The Reserve is a little easier to use, of course, but I do think I'll be able to use $300 credit with the Ritz-Carlton. And then you also get an 85K free night cert with Marriott Bonvoy. And like I said, that alone can basically cover the annual fee of that card. The Sapphire Reserve does not come with that. The only other credit it really comes with is like a DoorDash credit that can only be used for groceries and stuff outside of restaurants. So I wouldn't use that anyways. If that DoorDash credit on the Sapphire Reserve was for actual restaurants and food, maybe I would use it. But because it's for groceries, I kind of have a hard time valuing that worth anything, honestly. So I'd rather just pay $100 less and get two credits that easily offset the fee. And it also gives me the flexibility to get anyone into a Sapphire Lounge, regardless if they're with me or I can make them an authorized user. It's just so much easier with the Ritz Carlton card, in my personal opinion, and for my personal lifestyle. Of course, there are some other key differences with the Sapphire Reserve. You do get a 50% bonus in the portal. It also earns ultimate reward points compared to Marriott Bonvoy points. But I do have the Sapphire Preferred as I'm pairing that with the Ritz Carlton. And in my opinion, that is a better setup for me. I still get a 25% bonus in the portal, which I don't use too often, so I'm okay with that. And of course, I can earn ultimate reward points with my other Chase cards. I don't really plan on putting too much spend on the Ritz Carlton. It's pretty much just like a credit and benefit card. So for my use case, it just works out better for me. I like the idea of spending less money up front. I still get a relatively easy to use $300 travel credit. I get a free night I can use at almost any Marriott Bonvoy property. And there's a few other small benefits that come with it. But of course, the lounge access here is a huge one. And so ultimately, that is why I chose the Ritz Carlton card over some other cards. Like I said, there are some other small benefits. You can check out the other video I made that actually goes into detail on those small ones. I think the only other one I would really use would potentially be the TSA PreCheck and Global Entry credit. My wife and I actually just recently got this, like late last year before we went on our trip to Asia, but my mother-in-law does not have TSA PreCheck or Global Entry, and we are going on a trip with her out of country soon, so we're at least probably going to use this credit for TSA PreCheck for her. Maybe we'll do Global Entry. I don't know how much she's going to travel outside of the US beyond that one trip, so we'll see. But either way, I can at least get TSA PreCheck for her, so that's a bonus. So there you have it. That is why I chose the Ritz-Carlton card. Now let's go ahead and dive into the actual unboxing of the Ritz-Carlton, and let's see what this bad boy looks like in person. And of course, the drop test. Alrighty, so here is that unboxing. So this is the box that it came in. Of course, I had to block out my information. And let's just dive right into it. So go ahead and pull this out. And there you have it. We'll set that aside. The Chase Ritz-Carlton credit card. I mean, the box is beautiful. You can't get me wrong. Go ahead and flip that over. Got a little string we can undo. The Ritz-Carlton. Go ahead and pull this out. Oh, right off the bat. There she is. Such a beauty. So we have two items here. This holds the card, obviously. It's kind of like a, I don't even know how to describe this feeling, but I mean, it's nice. I'll tell you that. We'll go and set that aside just real quick. So this is just a little envelope. I'm sure it comes with all the details of the card. Ooh, a little welcome. Okay. We can go through that real quick, I suppose. So welcome to the Chase Ritz-Carlton card. You can see the JP Morgan. Welcome to a special class of travel. You're among those who enjoy the exceptional advantages of the Ritz-Carlton hotels and resorts. This is pretty neat. So we can quickly go through it. Just shows table of contents. We get the status, the benefits, JP Morgan Concierge. That is actually something to note here. The Chase Sapphire Reserve actually does not have that. This is only on the Ritz-Carlton as well as the JP Morgan Reserve, which most people will not have that card. So this is a nice little feature of the Ritz-Carlton. Let's see. So this gives you a couple stuff regarding the Ritz-Carlton hotel, some of the benefits with the card. I mean, you have the upgrades to club levels, the $100 hotel credit to Ritz-Carltons and St. Regis's, the Gold Elite status with the 15 Elite Nights that come with it, the multipliers, which really are not that good, and then some memorable opportunities. Some of the other credits and benefits, you got the $300 travel credit, the lounge access, no foreign transaction fees. That's all fun stuff. We got the global entry TSA PreCheck. What else we got here? Safe travels. Oh, so this is all the travel insurances. Another note here with the Ritz-Carlton card. It has some of the best coverages from any credit card. They are on par with the Sapphire Reserves. There's another note there. It's a great card to use to book airline purchases. Same thing here with purchase protection. Participating locations. Oh, okay. So these are all the Ritz-Carltons around the world. I mean, that's pretty cool. As I said earlier, Arizona is the beautiful home state. We got Dove Mountain. That's actually closer to Tucson. But I've heard it's a fantastic property, one of the best Ritz-Carltons in the U.S. I actually have a friend that works there, so I will likely be visiting there one of these days. And that'll do it. All right, we can set that aside. This is just the boring stuff that comes with the card, like all the disclosures and whatnot. So we can just go ahead and skip that and just go straight to the Ritz-Carlton card. So we can open this up. And there you have it, the Ritz-Carlton credit card. Now there are 2 slots. I believe that one is like in case you got an authorized user, so you'd have another option there. I did not, at least not yet. Probably will in the future. But yeah, there's the card. So I can go ahead and pop it out. There we go. So here is the Chase Ritz-Carlton credit card. What a beauty. So let me take it out of the screen real quick and I'll show you the back as well. I'm going to cover, of course, the sensitive information. But what is important here is right there up top, it says JP Morgan and the concierge number. So that is where you can give a call to them. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, that is the Ritz-Carlton credit card. Such a beauty. Now, what you guys have been waiting for, the drop test. Let's move this out of the way. Are you guys ready? All right, there we go. I do have the mic in the other hand. You might hear some movement. Sorry about that, but I'm trying to aim it down here. Let's see what this sounds like. Okay. Ooh, there we go. Not bad, not bad. So that is the Ritz-Carlton card. I do have some other cards to compare it to. The infamous Amex Gold. Let's go ahead and see what this sounds like. Okay, pretty good. Not bad, not bad. Move that over. Those are over there on the screen. The Venture X. This is another pretty solid metal card. Oh, that's kind of... This one's got a little bit of a deeper tone to it. And lastly, we have the Sapphire Preferred. Now, this one is the lightest of them all. It's kind of beat up, and it's the old school look because, well, I've had this card for like 4 years. Let's see what this sounds like. Kind of basic. I mean, really not much there. The most plasticky of them all. But yeah, I mean, this one, I would probably does say sound the best. Hold on, one more between these 3 guys. Let's bump that one out of there. These 3. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. And the Venture X. I mean, not bad. It's like, I don't know. And the Amex Gold. And the Gold is pretty nice too, actually. I do not have the Amex Platinum, so I cannot compare that one. Yeah, I'd say this one's got a little more oomph to it, to be honest. But the Platinum is probably the closest resemblance, which unfortunately I do not have. But there you guys have it. That is the Ritz-Carlton credit card. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you in the next one.